I do a lot of demos at networking events here in San Diego. And there's this amazing woman, Julie. I won't say her last name, but she's awesome. And she is getting into the game of real estate investing here in San Diego. And she was getting a deal from these investors. And I was like, hey, tell me about this deal you just got. I think it was in Poway. And she was telling me about it. I told you about the app that we created. Like, she was like, oh yeah, let's run it. Let's try it on it. Let's try it on it. So we put in the address, and we run the numbers, and she looked at me, and her eyes, like, almost looked distraught, and she was like, Luke, if I had this when I bought the property, I wouldn't have overpaid $80,000. Right here, I can see my max allowable offer to get the return that I wanted should have been $80,000 less than what I paid. You can't go back in time. You can only, fix things moving forward. So now she's, signed up, and she's going to be using it for her next deals.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Luke Chece, who's been making serious moves in the real estate space and technology space, creating a new app. So really excited to have you on the show today, Luke. I think the listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching creating a new app for investors to use and optimize their business. So let's dive in.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Michelle. It's an honor to be here. Super grateful to be in front of a really cool audience, and people who just want to go and get it. So hoping to bring you guys a tool that can change the game for you, and allow you to go and get more deals.
Awesome. So first off, for those who are not familiar with you and your world, can you give a short version of what your main focus is?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a full-time real estate agent. I'm with Compass Brokerage. I started my career with investors, so I really honed in on the underwriting and deal analysis experience, and from that experience was able to kind of construct this app vision that a partner and I had together, and yeah, it's something that we use every day, actually. So it's more so like it's one of those things that you hear about that's just like a tool that someone made for themselves, and they realize, wow, this has a great value to it, and other people are tending to agree with us. So yeah, I mean, in terms of experience, worked for someone that was purchasing 60 plus homes a month. So a lot of volume. That's a lot of underwriting that goes into that. So you can see kind of the compounding of that experience coming to fruition with this app.
Awesome. So can you expand a little bit more about what this app is, what it's used for? Just, yeah, share all about it.
Yeah, definitely. So it is called Riva, Riva.io. It is a real estate evaluation assistant. So it's essentially your underwriter analyst in your pocket. What you're going to do as a real estate investor, or let's just say you're doing multiple deals a year, we're not targeting anyone specifically, mostly like small to medium term investors, and we've got a couple of, enterprise level companies that are, starting to use the technology as well. So, you have a subject property, and you're thinking about purchasing it for an investment, whether it's, your long-term goal is to just flip it and wholesale it, or you want to use it for Airbnb, you want to just do a long-term buy and hold and, get some mailbox money coming in.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So, this caters to really any dynamic that you want to go through, and it'll actually learn your process, whether or not you have a bread and butter that you like to focus on. So again, you're going to start with the subject property, 123 Main Street. What you're going to do is, open up the app. You're going to plug in the address. It'll recognize it, and you click on that. From there, you're going to right away see, the main specs of it. So your bed bath count, your square footage. But where it gets really cool is it actually shows you the tax owner, like who owns it, and it'll show you their percentage of equity. So you can see like, oh, this person has a lot of equity in the property, or, oh, hey, this person has no equity in the property. And as an investor, that wheels start turning with how, where you're recognizing motivation for this person to sell. So right there, that's kind of a cool little value add. And then after, it's going to generate 5 comps, comparable sales, based on your general components like square footage, your bed bath count, the proximity to the subject property. And it'll take into account some niche things too, like your school zones and neighborhood, specific neighborhood niches. And then from those comps, it's actually going to generate your ARV options. So that's after renovation values. And it does that through, kind of running the dynamic of, okay, are you going to do a full flip, a standard flip, or what we call a soft flip, which is basically, new paint, maybe very, very minor repairs. The standard flip, you can get more into like potentially new floors, a little bit more in depth. And then your full flip is, essentially almost gutting, and changing the inside completely. So obviously these are different scopes of work. And from those different scopes of work, it'll generate just under that, you'll see as it scrolls, you'll see different renovation estimates. And those are going to be based on the cost of materials from Home Depot, just because that's a very generic, brand where a lot of flippers will get their materials from. And then you can really customize it as well with, where you're getting your costs of your materials. There's a dynamic calculator involved that you can, if it's not working for you there. We have a GC buddy, a general contractor who does, incredible work. He's growing tremendously here in San Diego. And he actually is, will tell us the bids on what each job would cost in terms of the cost of labor. Because obviously these are really dynamic things. Sometimes it's based on location, the time of year. Everyone's dealing with these, the different costs of, materials because of tariffs. So there's a lot of things to take into account, and constantly changing. So it's good to have someone like him kind of helping us out and keeping our AI calculator very dynamic. So like I said, it's going to tell you based on your scope of work, the desired scope of work for the property. Every property is different. It's going to require, a different touch to it. And also every investor has a different vision. So One person may see it as just a standard flip, while another wants to gut the place, and it's going to offer you both scenarios. So it's going to give you your renovation budget based on the price per square footage. And you'll be able to account for that in what will come next in your max allowable offer. So that will take into account.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
What you need to offer on the property in order to reach a certain ROI. So your return on investment, it'll give you different options, like a 10% ROI versus 15% ROI, 20%, and so on. And from there, it'll have the correlated max allowable offer. So obviously, as an investor, the less you offer, if you're going to follow the buy low, sell high system, the less you offer, the higher potential return you'll see. And then what's really great is, the AI aspect of it allows you to really go into depth. It offers a lot of follow-up questions if you don't already have some. And it's like, hey, run this as a short-term rental. And it'll tell you right away, oh, short-term rentals are meant to be banned in Fairhaven, New Jersey in 2025. So probably not a good idea if that's your only way of going about it. But now you know, and you can either pivot or just back away from the deal before, making an offer and getting pulled into something that you're not ready for. So again, you could really run any scenario. You could run it as a long-term buy and hold. Let's say they do allow Airbnb, run the numbers as a short-term rental. And then there's a whole renovation and development aspect to it. So let's say, we're in San Diego. ADUs, accessory dwelling units, are huge here. So if you have a lot with 6,700 square foot or more lot, you're valid, depending on the area, you're usually valid to do an ADU in the backyard. So like a little guest house, little casita kind of deal. That automatically, one, forces appreciation in the property in an already appreciative market. And then also, it offers another source of income coming in, because you could have a travel nurse staying outside. You're near a hospital. It's a great location for it. You're on a big lot. You could build an ADU for, maybe a couple $100,000, depending on who does it. And right away, that forces equity into the property and also offers a new stream of income. So that's another cool aspect of things. And then you can also, use it for multifamily development. Really, the sky is the limit, and it just starts with you entering the property's address.
Amazing. It sounds like you guys have really developed something that's niche and exciting. Yeah, so awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did that process go of, conceptualizing this to making it happen? How was that?
A journey, like a journey nonetheless. And we're super grateful for all the ups and downs that it took. It takes it takes a little bit of courage just to go out and start it and try it. And it's like, all right, we kind of got something good. And you don't really realize you have something good until you realize you had something bad. Cause we had to pivot, when we first started, and, focus, we're in the right mindset, but we're just not offering the value proposition that the market needs. You got to cater to what the market needs. And right now, like I said, we're in this AI gold rush. You're constantly seeing AI, this, and all these different aspects, of it being used in these different markets and different niches and positions of work. So real estate tech has kind of been dated, and a lot of realtors and investors will, back me up on that and say, yeah, you're right. It's we're in 2025, things should be caught up to speed. And that's what we're hoping to do with this app, is kind of just, bring the power of corporate level investing to the, the little guy, or, other corporations who may not have that access yet. So, in terms of like the conceptualizing the idea, it took a lot of just like putting, me and my partner's head together and just being like, this would be really helpful. Oh, what if we did this? And just a lot of brainstorming. And then we were really blessed with finding an incredible CTO, who has been incredible with, helping develop the app and bringing it to life. Like, these ideas are nothing but ideas until they're really put to paper, or in this case, put to code. And yeah, he's been really monumental with helping us improve and very quickly. And we're now at a point where we're, offering this value to other people, and their eyes are lighting up and saying, yeah, this is pretty great. So it's cool to see the concept come to fruition.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Absolutely. So, how does AI like play a role in this app? Is everything like coming from artificial intelligence, or yeah, just how does that work together?
Well, it's a combination of, our experience and like understanding how like different formulas of underwriting work, and then just applying like AI's speed to it, and, applying an algorithm to it. So, in terms of the coding, like the coding is it's very intricate, like in terms of like how to actually apply it physically to the app. That's a question for our CTO.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it brings speed to things that have taken a long time. So, for example, when I used to work for this investor, that we would basically find a property that we're interested in buying. We'd send these numbers, we'd send the address back to the analyst teams. And mind you, these analysts are getting paid, pretty healthy salaries, like upwards of $100,000 a year. And if you have multiple, you're looking at $300,000-$400,000 a year as an investor in terms of overhead. So this is meant to, give you the same value, but almost more, definitely more, because, there's still human error when these things come back. Not humans are humans. People make mistakes. No matter how much you're paying them, things happen. Whereas AI kind of like has that computer iRobot like scary ability to be just like on point. It's just a computer, so it is a lot faster as well, that as taking away the human error aspect of it. So what used to take, from the point where they do their comps to the point where it's, there's an offer ready to submit to the seller, you're looking at maybe like 30-minute process, sometimes more, maybe an hour or two, depending on the volume of properties coming in. So they could be overwhelmed. Whereas this, busts it out in between 10 and 15 seconds. And then where the AI really comes into play is the follow-up questions, and you being like, hey, like I'm in a very appreciative market right now. Run this as a short-term rental, or hey, short-term rental is banned here. Run it as a medium-term rental. And knowing those numbers, right? Like within minutes of understanding what your potential offer can be, it allows an investor to really make what could be strenuous, time-staking decisions very quickly and with certainty. So I think that's where the AI really plays its role. But there's parts where human discernment is huge, right? Like with the comping aspect. Sometimes you're in a very niche location and you're across the street from a cemetery. Like that's not every day. How does that come into play? Does that affect the home's value? And yeah, like say, oh, the app would tell you, because it's across from a cemetery, it's going to go down this amount. Like there's no way to tell that, because it's very niche based on the value of the home and everything else. But your ability to then apply your human discernment, is you could hack into that way faster because you saved all this time doing the other monotonous things that just take time that AI can do very quickly. So regardless, you're essentially buying time with doing this, and as they say in the industry, time kills all deals. I can't tell you how many times, we've lost out on a deal because, our competition over at XYZ Realty got their offer in 20 minutes faster, and you get a sorry text, hey, sorry, we went with someone else. That sucks. So this is meant to eliminate that.
Yeah, it sounds so powerful. And I love that you combine like the best of all the tools because, yeah, AI does things way faster than our human brain, but there is still like that important aspect of what humans know that it can't touch. So, what is like your biggest goal with this app? Like, where do you want it to go?
Well, I mean, the biggest goal is just to see people using it and like knowing that it's helping them. Like I want to help people. I genuinely want to see this help, your average investor who may not be able to. All right, for example, I do a lot of demos at networking events here in San Diego, and there's this amazing woman, Julie. I'm going to call her out. Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not. I won't say her last name, but she's awesome. And she is getting into the game of real estate investing here in San Diego. And she was getting a deal from these investors. And I was like, hey, tell me about this deal you just got. I think it was in Poway. And she was telling me about it, and I was like, I told you about the app that we created, like, and she was like, oh yeah, let's try it on it, so we put in the address, and we run the numbers, and she looked at me, and her eyes, like, almost looked distraught, and I was like, I hope I didn't like I hope I didn't offend, like, what's going on, are you okay? And she was like, Luke, if I had this when I bought the property, I wouldn't have overpaid $80,000. Right here, I can see my max allowable offer to get the return that I wanted should have been $80,000 less than what I paid. So, I mean, you can't go back in time. You can only, fix things moving forward. So now that she has this, she's, signed up, and she's going to be using it for her next deals. And hopefully it can be a tool for, for her and countless others so that they don't run into that. Because, in this game, there's a lot of great people, and then there's a lot of people who will smile while you're overpaying $80,000 because it's in their pocket. And it's you can't hate the player, hate the game. So this just kind of maybe evens the playing field, if you will.
Yeah, that's so powerful. I love that as a tool. So, can anyone get this app right now? Like, they just go get it on the Apple Store? How does that work?
Right now, we are a web-based app. Um, so it's accessible to absolutely anyone that has Wi-Fi and an iPhone or computer. You would just type in app.dealmindai.com. Our first name was DealMind. We felt that was a little bit long-winded, so we wanted to shorten things and streamline it with Riva. I think it sounds pretty good. Let us know what you guys think if you have any feedback. But yeah, it's available to everyone and anyone. Sign up. You get a 2-week trial, 14 days, and use it as much as you can, and let us know any feedback that you can. Good, bad, whatever works. And if you like it, we're happy to take into account any customizations and changes that you guys want, especially with enterprise level, where we're kind of, we cater to the individual investor, and then also companies that have, teams of analysts that are, looking for a leg up on their competition or to streamline, cut costs. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can reach me on Instagram at Luke_Chece. My partner. I won't reveal his information yet. But yeah, it's available to everybody. So it's ready to go.
Amazing. Yeah, hopefully people here reach out to you, try out the app. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really appreciate your story, your time, your perspective. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know if I should have mentioned it there, but yeah, for the individual investor, it's going to be $50 a month. And for the enterprise level, we're looking at $4.99. So that's for about 10 seats. So it's we're offering pretty good value for pretty good prices.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. Love that. Go get the app. And yeah, for those of you tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations coming with operators just like Luke who are building real businesses. And we'll see you all on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.